South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to hold a crucial make-or-break meeting with DA leader John Steenhuisen at his residential house this morning as consultations over the executive makeup of the 7th administration kicks into high gear. President Ramaphosa is expected to unveil a new cabinet soon following his inauguration at the Union Buildings in Pretoria on Wednesday. The Democratic Alliance says the party's leader, John Steenhuisen, is still negotiating with President Cyril Ramaphosa for portfolios in his cabinet as the country waits in anticipation for an announcement of the new executive. Sources in the DA have confirmed that Steenhuisen is gunning for the key positions in the cabinet. Joining us on the news is Nonsikelelo Breakfast, a political analyst. Hello, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, now, what do you think is the main agenda for, the meeting between President Ramaphosa and John Steenhuisen, and what could be the potential outcome?
Yeah, I think the elephant in the room is the composition of the cabinet. In terms of who is going to form part of it. Remember, the DA and the ANC and the IFP, they've struck a deal in terms of joining forces and forming this coalition arrangement. It's one of its kind, despite the fact that there has been a coalition arrangement before in 1994. But that coalition arrangement was different in the sense that the ANC had won the elections in 1994. It was just a byproduct of the democratization process or the political transition to democracy, given the fact that we were coming from a system of oppression of apartheid. So because the ANC was pursuing an agenda of reconciliation, nation building, they decided to work side by side with the National Party that was responsible for running the apartheid government. But this one is different because one-party dominance is a thing of the past and the hegemony of the ANC has been dealt with a blow. So in the recent general elections, there was no outright winner. Then the ANC had to get support from other political parties, in particular from the DA, which is the official opposition. So in the main, I think at the heart of this meeting will be the issue of cabinet. The other issue is that I get the sense that the DA has outmaneuvered the ANC, largely because when the DA went to the first meeting with the ANC to negotiate for this government of national unity, they brought a document to them which had provisions. And the ANC and the DA and the IFP, they signed off that document. But the challenge at the moment is that there are different understandings and interpretations about what the document means. Because there have been contradictory statements that have been made by Fikile Mbalula, who's the SG of the ANC, and the leader of the DA, I think the chairperson, Helen Zille. Helen Zille says, no, the DA should be consulted in terms of decision-making. The ANC cannot do as it pleases because it did not win elections outrightly.
Okay. Now, speaking of the context of these documents or the documents that were signed by the president, how likely is it that John Steenhuisen may be eyeing key positions in the cabinet? And do you think that there might be implications, or what implications will there be, for the DA and the coalition government?
Again, that is a bone of contention because the ANC holds a view that the Constitution says that the president has the prerogative to appoint members of the executive. The DA, on the other hand, says, yes, we appreciate that right given to the president by the Constitution, but then the ANC has to consult with us. So it's going to be interesting, seriously, how this cabinet is going to be constituted and by who and which positions. Definitely the DA will get positions, but we don't know which positions they're going to get. Is the ANC, given the fact that it is used to run government by itself, let go of strategic positions like the position of foreign affairs, the position of education, the position of defense, the Minister of Finance. Those are very strategic positions. Are they going to let go of them, or are they going to only give the ones that are not that important to other coalition partners?
All right. Now, what you actually said about, the DA boxing the ANC in a corner actually, coincides with what Helen Zille talked about the ANC needing to consult the DA for some certain things. But then I think we'd actually have to stop here. Thank you so much for speaking to us on this.
Thank you very much.